Today, from Columbus, Ohio, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Columbus Caps taking on the Sacramento Miners.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from Columbus. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game,
yeah. Yeah. Played pretty well. Made it to...
Today, from Columbus, Ohio, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Columbus Caps taking on the Sacramento Miners.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. Certainly two of the... Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from Columbus. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
Two touchdown passes last week.
But when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Second down and 7. Now Winston. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Winston. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Hardman on the return. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Leading him out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. This is caught by Antonio Brown. The numbers for Brown from a week ago. He took out some anger, some apparent anger against that defense. The yards just kept going up and up and up.
Yeah, he was just running up and down the field doing whatever he wanted. By the end of the game, he was seeing 2, sometimes 3 defenders on every snap, yet he was still making play after play. It's like he was running routes versus air in practice.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. To throw is Kaepernick. This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down. Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it?
force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he'll get this underneath to Bell. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now Kaepernick. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Quick slant to Brown. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Kaepernick. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The coverage excellent there downfield, and it leads to a 4th down. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They'll run it with Bell. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Kaepernick going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. And he's got it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Bell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Caps have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told, and it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 11 carries, 55 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
On 3rd down, Winston. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down throw for Winston. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. He'll get that complete to Albert O. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Again, it's Winston. And Woods has it complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh will send on the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw, Kaepernick. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Christian Kirk deep to return it. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. A give to Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Winston. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Von Miller in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hardman to return. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And they have been disruptive in the passing game, as we're going to see here.
And it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, you cover a guy in your area, and those windows that quarterbacks are seeking to throw into, they're closed in this case.
Yeah, they've been all over the place, knocking down pass after pass. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Kaepernick. It's complete to Fitzgerald. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Kaepernick. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Bell. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down. From
the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A give to Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. To throw, Kaepernick. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Jamin Davis able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal, pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Jameis now on first down. That's complete. Okuegbunam. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. To the air again with Winston. Open man is Higgins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, in with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A final shot before half for Kaepernick. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here's Hardman on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Throwing left side, it's complete. And out across midfield, down to the 45.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, it's Kaepernick. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Fitzgerald on the slant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. And again, he'll get it to Fitzgerald. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Kaepernick now to throw. A screen to Bell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Again, it's Kaepernick. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. First down gets him a yard to the 26. 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action now, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Second down and 5. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll run. It's Henry. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 42 yards on the ground for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. The give is to Bell, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Kaepernick now on 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now Kaepernick. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Fitzgerald. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To throw is Kaepernick. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the 1st down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6.
Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. T. Higgins was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Winston. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Winston. Pressure comes and down he goes. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
To try again after the sack. Winston, and to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Winston now from the 50. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Derrick Henry. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
First down, Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
from the red zone now. Winston. Oh, no, he lost the football. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Make it an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Jameis to throw it. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, it's Bell, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. Winston readies the offense. Down by 7. 1:47 on the clock. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And the ball game should end here on the kneel down by Kaepernick. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the home team here, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.